Now, the impact investing sector is booming in response to both a growing understanding and awareness that social benefit and profit can be combined. So business must not just be in the business of making money, but they can also do good in societies the way they operate. Now, in Africa in particular, impact investing is seen as an opportunity to address social issues that countries face. Who gets to participate in impact investing? I'm joined now by Tersia Lister, Chief Risk and Impact Officer at Gaia. Good afternoon and welcome to Today on eNCA. Tersia, thank you very much for your time. Before we get going, just define in your words, what is social impact investing?
Okay, so we have to just look broadly. So impact investing has got twin objectives. It's an intentional, measurable, social compact combined by pursuit of profit. So you're not going to just measure profit. You're also going to go and look for a measurable social impact per asset class.
Okay, now when it comes to the African continent in the developing world, is this concept being embraced from what you know?
So it's definitely being embraced. So I think, especially for Africa, Africa offers sufficient societal impact returns. That makes it a very, very valuable position for private equity players to get into Africa. Impact investing is also very, very active in Americas, also in European, with almost all the asset managers and private equity funds having some kind of arm developed and expanding for their skills, their teams, and also their offering.
Okay, so what drives, I mean, let's just look at our continent with so many challenges and thinking about here in South Africa with high rates of unemployment and poverty. What drives investment in Africa in terms of this approach of impact investment?
So Dan, first, I think we have to look what's happening currently in the world. We have to look at the Western-Eastern political drama. We have to see, where does Africa fit in it? Look at Africa is a great investment strategy story currently. We've got the water, we've got the land, we've got the soil, we've got the raw materials. We definitely got the willing workers for labor. So there is no reason why we can't just develop Africa into an industrial hub. There's no reason to take the raw materials out of Africa. Why not value add and send the end product to a Western consumer engine? So we need to develop Africa an industrial hub. And how do we do this? We do this through impact investing. And
the role of government? I mean, in many African countries like here in South Africa, governments seem to be very much keen on making sure that it addresses whatever challenges the country is facing.
So the role of government is quite sufficient. So the government needs to, they need to provide liquidity. They need to be on board for private investment to come and solve these challenges. They need to provide the right policies, the right tax treatment. They need to be partnering with private investments and see, how can we do this? I also think government has got an incentive. They need to create jobs. And how do you create jobs? Through investment creates businesses, and businesses create jobs. But also, once there's a job, the poverty ends. So government needs, for them to stay in power, they need to support private investment in impact investing.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about our country. We're facing power cuts, rolling blackouts, and as we call it here in South Africa, load shedding impacting on the economy negatively. And now there's a focus as well, because of climate change, on building renewable energy capacity. I mean, there must be opportunity there in terms of impact investing in that sphere.
So Dan, I think there's a huge opportunity, but also there's a great concern. So if you look at Africa, we've got 17% of the world's population, and only 2% of renewable energy funding is entering Africa. Also, there is 600 million people without electricity. And this is just going to get worse in terms of the next 20 years. So I think the rest of the world needs to have a step and look back and say, if we don't address the climate change opportunity and also in South Africa and the rest of Africa, doesn't matter what they do from their side, there is going to be a climate change disaster.
Yeah. Well, how effective currently, Tersia, can you share with us impact investing in Africa?
Current investing in Africa?
Yes.
Yeah, so for current I think the sectors that can benefit greatly at this stage is agriculture, also renewable energy, water, infrastructure broadly, also healthcare. I think we have to go and look at the population in Africa. It's a disadvantaged population, and that is really the reason why impact investing was designed, to target the real societal challenges for disadvantaged populations and to address that issues.
Tersia Lister, thank you very much for your time here today on eNCA. We appreciate you talking to us there virtually from Dorset in the UK, just southwest of London.